Hey there, YouTube. AlphonZeus and Gradelock. We had 11 people for a turnout for this week. Right now, we have the first place Taylor, and he's going to be showing off the deck that he ran today, which is.
I got Soundless Voice.
Soundless Voice. Oh, it's blast in the past. All right, so let's start off with the level zeros.
All right, so for level 0 game, gotta start with a really classic, just the Polar Baron Love.
Okay, so what does this guy do?
So he's a just 2/5/0/0, but
Okay.
real good thing to play early game, because if you have 2 or less stock, he gets an extra 1k in 1 level. So anti-suiciders just can't do anything against him.
Wow, and a 3/5 body, just 2 or less stock.
Yeah.
That's really
hard
good.
to deal with, especially when I also have the swimsuit lens on the field as well.
Okay, so
they're global 5 to Wen and Rin, and then also just regular standard tap effect and pump power to Wen and Rin as well.
Oh, so like an additional 500 power boost.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so what would be the next for the level zeros?
All right, next up, we got our traditional bad boy Len, really good back row card.
Okay, so his skill.
So he gives 500 to all characters on my opponent's turn.
Yes.
And also, if any of my characters get reversed on field, I can sack them from back row to keep them on the field. So free backup.
Oh, so they just come back to position as rest?
Yeah, free encores.
Free encores, got it.
Yeah.
All right, sorry guys. Oh god, sorry, it's a little bit noisy here. All right. So what would be next up?
All right, so the next card we got Indigo Fox and Indigo. Same exact card, just different art.
Okay, and yeah, with Fox, I guess.
Yeah, the only difference is the Fox. They actually are the same card, the same same set number and everything.
Okay.
So essentially, it's a blue shift. I actually just added this before the tournament today because I noticed I was running enough blue cards in the deck.
Okay.
To be able to use their shift as well, and their ability was just too useful to pass up.
Okay. So
whenever they attack, I can choose another one of my characters, and they get plus X, where X is the number of other Wen and Ring characters I have plus 500.
Oh wow!
So these can make any of my characters beef.
Damn.
One more. Are you talking about the shift?
+1 level.
Oh, and +1 level.
So you get anti-change and cry.
So, and then I get anti-changed and cry.
Anti-change and cry.
And then according to Ronnie.
All right.
We have actually another card. We got our first ring card, which is the same as the same set as these cards.
Okay.
We got,
So Raspberry
Fox, and we also have Raspberry. So these are just 0025 runners. I could pay 1 to send them to any slot on Citrus Sage.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, it's useful early game if I want to keep field, but other than that, it's just a solid first card to play.
Gotcha. And plus it adds to blue.
Yeah, always good. Next up is this card has won me a few games before, and it might sound ridiculous, but it's just that good. We got White Blazer Kaito.
Okay, Kaito.
Our 0/0 backup.
No way.
Yeah, he's pretty scary. When you use the backup, it gives +1 level to a character on the field, and he also pumps 1k as well. So he's a 0/0 1k backup and 1 level.
Wow.
This is ridiculously good against suiciders, especially for Soundless Voice, when I gotta really guard my 1/1 lens. So this card has just been ridiculously useful. Running out of a 2-of has been pretty useful so far.
All right.
And then a splash of one of these. I only pulled one. I got an XR, and it's been very useful. I get it decently often.
So never-ending song, Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually a really good brainstormer. So it's a pay 1 rest only her draw brainstormer.
Oh, okay. So climax
decent.
draw card.
Yeah, and then the best thing about her though is she also has a second ability where I can just pay 1 to draw a card and discard a card from my hand.
Oh, so you get to draw and drop.
Exactly. It's really useful if I draw too many climaxes, so I can just pitch that to.
Wow. So you can like force your refresh if need be.
Yeah, exactly. It's really helpful.
All right. So that's all your level zeros.
That's all my zeros. We're gonna move to level 1 game. So,
okay. So
I
level
guess
1.
I'm probably just gonna show these just as a pair, just because of the combo itself. So I'm pretty sure most people are familiar with the Soundless Voice combo.
Yes.
So ideally, you want to start out by playing the Soleil Rins.
Okay. So her skill.
So they actually have 2 abilities. The first ability is their climax combo. When Soundless Voice is played, I can send her to memory to search my deck for one of the Wens and put it in the same spot that she was in.
Okay.
By themselves, they're not really all that useful. There's 1045s, but they can also cheat out my 1/1 lens and start the combo.
Okay.
They also just have your standard on reverse pay 1 send to memory ability as well.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice. And then this is CL Wen for the combo.
For the main one, yes.
It's a 1155, which isn't awesome.
Yeah.
But when this card, the Soleil Rin, is in memory, it gives all of my my CL Wens plus 2k. So they become 7/5 power base.
Okay.
And when the climax combo is played, they get an extra 3k until the end of my opponent's turn. So essentially they end up becoming 10/5s until the end of my opponent's turn, and that's not accounting for the damage, the power bonus from the climax itself, which is a 1k1.
Yeah, especially the back power too.
Oh yeah, especially with like the global 500s. It can be really devastating on offense, especially on defense too. The other combo I'm running is actually at level 1 as well, and I'm actually going to play these in a set too because they're both part of the combo.
Alright, so we have receiver and transmitter.
Yes, receiver and transmitter, Wen and Rin.
Okay.
So the climax for this is the remote control combo.
Okay.
It's a 2-soul.
Okay.
And so each one of them is kind of like really unique in their own way. So they, in my opinion, they use the 3 most obnoxious abilities in the entire game. So the climax itself is a 2-soul, which always scary.
Always aggro, yes.
The receiver is a cancel burn.
Oh, okay.
And the Rin, the transmitter Rin, is a bounce.
Alright,
a pay 1 bounce.
So going to lens, so when it says cancel burn, are we just talking to deal 1 damage just canceled?
Right, it actually has a little bit more to it, but it's basically that when it attacks, I can look at the top card of my deck, and I can either keep it or mill it.
Oh, okay, so that's good.
I can actually also make sure that I got the trigger I want, or if I don't want a trigger, I can get rid of it. And then if the damage that it deals is canceled, it burns 1 damage.
Awesome.
Just the other game, actually, I was playing against, when I was playing against somebody, I attacked, got the cancel burn, but the cancel burn also triggered, or like when I attacked, I also triggered a shot.
Oh,
so it was 2 instances of burn 1, which is just really, really useful.
It's just trying to at least keep the 1, and especially climaxes are together. And as for the transmitter, actually, yes.
So on attack, I just have to pay 1,
you can only put in 5.
and it allows me to bounce any character on the field, front row or back row. Really, really helpful.
So any of your enemies?
Any of my enemies' characters, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Stands if you cancel damage.
So you get to like save her, or like if you need like
yeah, like if there's a character I don't want on the field, like if you want to use a level 3 and maybe there's like an anti-change suicide on the field, and I have like I'm level 2, I got a level 3 on the field. It's like, all right, I'll attack here first with a combo, pay 1, bounce it back to my opponent's hand, so I don't have to deal with that.
Nice. Okay. Interesting.
Next up for level 1 is probably, I don't know, in my opinion, one of the better level 1 cards in this deck.
Alright.
Just by itself. We have Punkish Wen.
Okay.
So he's just a 5k 1/0, but
so this is going to be at like this.
And I believe it's on attack. No, it's just during your turn. If I have 2 or more, or if I have 3 or more other characters, he actually gets a base plus 2k as well. So he's a 7k 1/0 on my turn without any bonuses. And normally I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 of them on the field when I'm using the Soundless voice combo.
Especially when you have the back row too.
Right, exactly. So they end up probably being around like 8/5 or 9k even if I have 2 of the back rows on. They're really strong cards.
Wow. Okay. So at least they're like a good backup plan just in case.
Right. And then my last level 1 card is Melancholic. I have a lot of level 1s in this deck.
Yes, okay.
Alright, so this is your standard one, it's a 1/1 event. Just pay 1, search for a music character add to hand.
Oh, so your toolbox like your Ren, Lin, like oh god. You get to take out any of the twins.
Yeah, and more or less this is a last resort card. I don't like to use it often because it does, the cost is It's not heavy, but it could affect overall game, like my overall like game plan.
Uh-huh.
So if anything, I usually try to clock these just so I don't have to keep them in my hands and maybe get more possibilities. But if I really need a character at the time, I'll always try to use that to get exactly what I'm looking for.
Alright, so that rounds up to your level 1 game?
That's my level 1 game, and now level 2 game is extremely small. It's literally just 3 cards.
Wow, okay, so what's the first card?
So the first card I'm going to go over is another card that I use to tech out cards. We're looking at Colorful X Melody.
Oh, okay.
This card's even more of my option to clock. I really don't like using this card.
Oh, okay.
It is a 2/1.
Yes.
On play, I need to rest one of my standing characters.
Okay.
And then I get to search my deck for 2 characters, add them to hand, and then drop 1 card in hand. And then this goes to memory afterwards.
Okay.
The second ability is completely moot because I don't run either of the cards that it's referring to, but it gives them an extra color, which is weird.
Oh, okay. So wow, dual color.
Yeah, I was trying to run the combo in the deck. Essentially, it's a 2/1 Rin and a 2/2 Miku. If they have more than 1 color, they get an extra 1/5, and they give each other 1/5 as well. So it's a power combo, but it's really awkward to use.
Yeah, I guess it's better just to like bank on the Soundless Warriors, and you use it just to at least check out the 2 cards you need in case like you need to get to more characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
So this one, that's it for this one. Next up, I have Taisho Nostalgia Mako.
Okay, so this one.
This is a really, really nice card. It helps out a lot when I'm like on attack, or I mean on defense. So it's a 2/5 backup, which is fairly standard.
Okay, yeah.
So it loses 500 power, but it also has the ability, when I use the backup, I reveal the top card of my deck. If it's a music character, I add it to hand, I get to drop a card. So it can really save me if I'm close to like going to like, you know,
yeah, a next level or
next
like that.
level
Yeah.
or anything like that. If I want to just prevent the next damage, if I can top check, if it's a character, that's 1 less damage I can try to get rid of.
Especially if like backup added to hand too, like to save even more.
Yeah, exactly. Just get another backup in hand, that would always be nice.
Alright.
Although I am only running 1 other backup in this deck, and this is a must-have in the deck, I think.
Okay.
We have White Edge Len.
Oh, so this guy.
So this is your typical free fresh card.
Okay.
So it's a 2/5 backup,
Yes.
and 2/1, 2/5 backup. And if I want to, I can pay an extra 2 to refresh my waiting room and shuffle it back into my deck.
Oh, so you free fresh.
Yeah, so this has saved me a lot of times. Not many people know this. I've actually decked out a lot of times in this game. Been at 3-6, and you know had to on attack just my last card of my deck had to take refresh damage, go to 3/7, automatically lost. This card has saved me a few times in that situation. But besides that, it's just a really good card overall. The 2/5 backup is nothing to joke about either.
Yeah, so your level 2 game definitely helps out trying to like suppress the level 1 game to outlast you till 3.
Yeah, and especially because it's so small, because it's really, that's exactly what it's meant for. It's just to safeguard my level 1 cards until 3.
Yeah, and it's searchable, and you have like a couple ways to at least get it out, even though it's a wild.
Right.
Alright, so.
Alright, and then my level 3 game is also decently small. I'm only running a 4 off of 1 card.
Okay.
Which is the first set original Ren.
Okay, so
this card is very, very strong. On play, it heals.
Oh, okay. Alright, off the bat.
It's always good to have that.
Yeah.
If I have 4 or less stock, she gets an extra 2k. So she's a 12k base if I have 4 or less stock.
Okay.
And then her last ability, if she reverses a character, no matter when, doesn't have to be on my turn or anything, it can automatically send characters to stock. I believe it's a Yume. No, it's a necessity.
Oh, wow.
It's mandatory.
So you get to get rid of a whole lot of... Wow.
Most of the time I use this to try and actually get rid of characters on the field. Like level 3 that I don't want to deal with or something.
Oh, yeah, especially. Anything on reverse is very scary.
The stock kicking is not all that bad, although it could be bad if your opponent has no stock. Stock kicks somebody on your attack, and then you're left with your 1 character left. It could be game, and then uh-oh, here comes the compass.
Alright.
Could be bad.
Would there be any changes you would make to this deck, at least? Or?
There's a bunch of changes I need to make to this deck still. My level 1 game is...
It's pretty solid. Like
it's solid, but there's some cards I'd like to be running more of. Like, The receiver and transmitter, the remote control combo.
Yes.
Honestly, I think it's really solid, especially because like it is a level 1 combo, but it's most aptly used at level 3 because of all the effects. It could really turn the game over in your favor.
It can bounce off too, especially like if you see opponents going low on stock.
Yeah, like if my opponent has like a really scary card in the field, like let's say at some point, I don't know, my opponent gets off a double homer on the field. I don't like that. I want to try and bounce that if I can.
Yeah.
Unless it's hexproof, which I don't think Madoka has a card like that. But
not that I know of.
no, it's probably not. Most of all, I think I want to get rid of these cards because they're not necessary. I don't have any other search in the deck, but these need to be replaced with magicians. I don't have any magician meters.
Oh, the magicians. Okay.
And I really need some. That card is almost essential in this deck, and I think that's probably like the one ingredient I'm missing. Maybe that, or either like where is it? Adding in some more of the punkish lens, maybe. Because the punkish lens is really scary on offense. It helps me get rid of some like threats at level 1. Even at level 2, I can take care of some cards. So yeah, I think that's primarily what I want to get rid of. These 3, maybe add in another one of these, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Alrighty, awesome. If you guys have any other suggestions for Taylor to fine-tune up his deck, you can feel free to comment down below, and I'll direct him to reply to your comments soon. But guys, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the deck profile featuring the first place winner for this week. And we will see you all next week. Taylor, AlphonZeus signing out.